I don't know. I've been playing Cyberpunk, which the world hates. Apparently,
I was told you could customize your genitalia on the side.
it's very.
Did you do that?
Yes, yeah. It's like it's like you can. There's just like average, small, and then big, and then like when you like, and then when you switch, it like the whole character shakes, so like kind of it wiggles.
John, John, what did you go with? I'd love to know.
Oh, big.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We all get what we don't have. So
yeah, yeah, you can be whatever you want. It's fantasy.
So I would also do big.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you guys, I'm already huge, so I would do the tiny little micro penis.
Here's the thing. I would maybe do micro penis if it like had story relevance though too. Like I don't know how, but like there you know was, what I mean? Like yeah.
But like you're doing a romance option with a character, and they go, oh, like it comes up.
Is this bad? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm having a thought. Is this bad? I don't want to shame anybody with a small penis. Fuck that. It's okay. You can have any size penis you want. Okay, I didn't know. It was a question I asked.
I'm not a size penis either. I don't give a fuck about a size.
I think people with micro penises need more representation in the media.
Yeah,
it's true.
They definitely do.
We're helping.
And like also, yeah, sex is not just penetrative sex. There's a lot of other things you can do. All right, cool. Destigmatize. Like I know this is like a comedy podcast, but we're also sex positive. So I was like, fuck it, I can't.
What is it? What do we do?
What do we do? We're caught between a rock and a hard place.
Micro penis is funny, but are they?
Discuss.
Somewhere on the scene. It got a little longer, so it seems. I burned out, so to speak. Now come a little closer.
Welcome to Slide On My Podcast, the sex, love, and dating podcast where we interview random people that we match with on dating apps. We discuss weird, embarrassing stuff that's happened and regale each other with stories about romance, sex, and everything in between. Hi, my name is John, and with me are my co-hosts, Austin.
Hey.
And currently on the run from the U.S. federal government, Helen.
Hey, guys.
And our guest today is Talyor.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Taylor.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor.
It's an honor.
Taylor, what's your deal?
Give us a little background about who you are.
I wish I knew my deal. I feel like I would love. I mean, so I'm a therapist. I specialize in anxiety and gender identity and relationships. So, I'm a workaholic. I see like almost 30 to 35 people a week, which in therapy terms is insane. I moved to Boston in August with a boyfriend, and we broke up 8 days after we moved.
Yeah.
Super fun.
I know, it was the best. Highly recommend moving to a city where you know no one and then leaving your partner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How recent was this?
August.
Was this? Oh my God. So like COVID times. Holy shit.
Middle of pandemic. Oof.
Yeah. And you moved from where?
So I was living in Vermont. I went to grad school there. I'm originally from Mississippi.
I recognize the twang.
Yeah, I got
so lovely
going on. That Dixie lovin'. Oh God. Oof.
I love it. We're not from there, so we think it's cute. We're like, oh, Dixie, yeah, sure.
Hey, Helen, please don't speak for all of us. Thank you.
Helen's trying to make me feel comfortable. It's fine.
Yeah, you need to fucking chill. You narc. You're a fucking cop, okay?
You're a cop.
Narc.
Yeah. Okay, please tell us about, so you moved to Boston.
Yeah, and then I met a guy and rebounded really hard. John, I've told you this story, and then got catfished / stalked by his ex-wife.
Drama.
So that was my first Boston dating experience.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How Boston? It's so on brand.
Yeah.
Do you want to regale us with regale them with the story and
Before we do that, before you regale us with that story, just to quickly round out, so to people, let people know who Talyor is. How do you identify, and like age wise too? Like, what are those two things?
How do you identify age wise?
How do I do it? Well, physically, I'm 28. Spiritually, I'm probably like about 600 years old.
Got it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm real ancient, real mystical.
Hence the gray hair. Okay, got it.
Right, yeah. I didn't
Beautiful.
choose it, but it chose me. And I'm a cis lady.
And do you have a type?
What is my type? Unfortunately, I've dated a lot of poets.
Wow.
Hey, did you know
see
John studied poetry
Yeah.
in college?
You guys awful.
John did his thesis.
Is there anything I know about you sneaky little bitches?
Oh my god.
They're everywhere. Can't get rid of them.
You can't get rid of him. All right. So thank you for indulging us about that little snippet about who Talyor is. You were going to tell what seems like a very good story
I'm very excited.
about getting
Okay.
catfished by somebody's ex-wife. Please indulge us.
Yeah. All right. So I meet a guy. He's older. He's in his 40s. We immediately trauma bond because like he's coming out of this like 12-year marriage, and I'm coming out of this like pretty toxic, like intense 2-year relationship, and we just like gravitate toward each other. Our first date was at 8 a.m. at Union Square Donuts, and then by 9 a.m. we were just like making out real hard in public in front of and then I went to his house that night and he cooked dinner for me, and then second date we were holding each other sobbing about our exes.
Oh my god.
So this was really healthy. The foundation immediately was really, really secure.
This is like foreplay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, is it
The tears and the lubrication, it just like, you're just wet everywhere.
so wet?
So yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this to me this kind of sounds like how fast like women move if they're dating other women. Like this, that speed sounded like lesbian speed, right?
Yeah,
there.
it was the lesbian U-Haul thing, like 100%.
Yeah, lesbian U-Haul. It's like
lesbian speed.
In an hour, we're making out in public, and then he cooked me dinner at his house. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit,
And then-
okay.
And then I saw him like maybe 2 days later, and we're crying together about our exes. Yeah, I think spiritually he might be a lesbian. He's very that works for him, I think. Yeah, so very healthy. This continues for about a month and a half of like the intensity and just the connection, the depth. And I'm like, wow, like this is it. Like I'm gonna be a stepmom.
Oh my god.
Love. And then one day he shows up at my house and he brings me dinner because it was a night that he had his kids, but he was like, hey, I made this dinner for you. Also, I have something weird to tell you. It's like, okay. He was like, so my ex-wife looked at our phone records and got your phone number and found your Instagram. And she was really drunk. She admitted it. She feels really bad, but she found your Instagram. I was like, okay, what are we going to do about it? And he's like, I don't think there's anything to do. Like, I just want you to know. This woman also lives 5 minutes from me. Like his old house that they shared was like 2 streets over from me.
Okay, so like getting somebody's Instagram is like whatever, right? But like looking at phone records and getting somebody's phone number is fucked.
Well, so they had been separated for about a year, but he had like casually dated, but I was the first woman he told his ex-wife about. So she got really obsessive trying to get like every detail about me, and he was trying to put up boundaries, and she looked at my Instagram, apparently gave him a lot of shit because I was about 14 years younger than him. So that was really relevant. So that night happened, and then 2 weeks later he ghosted me. Gone.
No.
I was like, all right, like this is weird. Like this feels like I went from being at his house like every other day to like, no. So I move on. I date a guy who then broke up with me on my birthday. Second year in a row I've been broken up with on my birthday.
Oh my God, Taylor.
I'm a catch. But that guy and I were only dating for like a few weeks, and it was like he gave me the classic, like, you're the woman that I want to fall in love with, but I'm not in the place to fall in love on my birthday. Right?
Ew.
Okay. And then
Why are people so dramatic? Sorry. It's just,
yeah. Like gross. We're all suffering. We're all sad. Like,
yeah.
Sit in your feelings. So mid-October, I match with a woman on Tinder. So I'm bi. And we talk on Tinder for a bit. We exchange numbers. She starts texting me constantly every day, sending me photos, like telling me about her life, like always trying to meet up. And I had just gotten back from Denver where I was officiating my best friend's wedding, and then needed to quarantine, needed to get tested. And then I was in the process of moving out of the home that I shared with my ex. So I was not in a place to like just meet up, but it was like every other day. It was like, I don't have my kids. Like, why haven't you come over to get wine? Like we got to hang out, like da. And then about a month into this, something clicks with all the information she'd given me. And I was like, this is his ex-wife.
Oh, fucking wait.
Like I got this horrible gut feeling, like, because I crying together, you tell a lot about your exes, and she and I had a bunch of like torrid trauma stuff in common. So we were like, probably he was oversharing for sure. But I knew a lot about this woman, and I knew a lot about their kids' schedules. She was constantly talking about her ex, of like, yeah, he would get really drunk and just like all this stuff. And I was like, there's no way this isn't her. So I sit on that for a couple weeks, and I start having like stress dreams because she's still like, we gotta meet. And then I took a vacation from work just to like save some burnout. Like this is as you can imagine, a really, really bad time for therapists. Mm-hmm. So on the first night of my vacation, so she and I were supposed to meet that Wednesday. This was a Monday. She and I were going to meet for the first time on Wednesday.
What were you planning on doing if you knew this was her?
Well, I didn't know for sure, because I was like, because intuitively, right? I was like, there's no way this isn't her. But then mentally, I was like, that's insane. Why would anyone do that? Like that's, So I'm like, you're just overreacting. Like this is a chance to have a good girlfriend. You don't know anyone in the city. You need friends. Like just. But I can't shake this feeling that like she is manipulating me and lying to me, and so I'm real freaked out. And then Monday, first night of my vacation, the guy texts me out of fucking nowhere. He's like, hey, I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I feel I've been thinking about you so much, and I feel like I owe you an apology. And then I texted him back, and I was like, you do owe me an apology, and like I think I need to talk to you about something. So he picks me up from my house at 2:30 in the morning.
Walking away instead of being like,
the plan was just to like drive around and talk. I get in. He's immediately like, I'm so sorry. Like I have so much to tell you. Like she like forbade me from talking to you. She was like threatening the kids. Like she would not let me talk to you. And I was like, cool. And then I kind of like lay into him. And then he says, I get it. I hear you. There's nothing you can say that can shock me. And I say, I think I think I have something that will shock you. And he's like, okay. And I was like, I think I've been talking to your ex-wife for like a month and a half. And he was like, what? And I was like, I think I matched with her on Tinder.
Yeah, and you're just trying to.
There's no way. And at this point, he's still driving, but I'm telling him all these details, and I'm watching the color just like drain. So finally, I was like, pull over. Like, I'm going to show you the picture she sent me. I'm going to show you the phone number. As soon as he sees the phone number, he like,
yeah, that's one for the books.
Sick. And he confirms that it's her. And I was like, I'm supposed to meet her Wednesday.
Oh my God.
He was like, don't. I was like, do you think that she would hurt me? And he thinks for a minute. He's like, I don't know. And I was like, you were married to her for 12 years and you don't know if this woman would hurt me. He was like, I don't know what her end goal is. So we talk until about like 6 a.m, and then he drops me back home, and I crash, like I go to bed until about 11, and then I wake up with about 45 text messages from her, all like really, really vicious, mean stuff. So I block her, and then I block him, and I say, I think I'm done with this family forever. So who knows?
Like vicious, like vicious, like she, like, because she got found out.
Mean, yeah, like you're trying to ruin my life, yeah. I wasn't trying to hurt you, I just wanted to get to know you, like there was nothing, like just and then like real personal stuff that like I choose to believe that she was just trying to hurt me, but she would say like, yeah, and so the guy, I don't want to say his name because he's a professor like around here, like, yeah, he never cared about you, like you were nothing to him, like just like vindictive, like mean stuff. She's 36.
Yeah.
This is not, she has children, like teenage children.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of anticlimactic. Like I didn't meet up with her. I didn't get stabbed.
No, I'm very happy that the story is anticlimactic. The story ends positively, which is you saying, yeah, fucking great. I love this ending. It's very good.
Walking away instead of being like, I wonder what this will be like.
Yeah. It's like one of the truest things that confirmed like our intuition like means something. Like if we have an intuitive goal, even if it's kind of crazy, like we gotta fucking lean into that.
Yeah.
If I had just ignored it, which I was, like if he had not texted me 2 days before I was to meet her, I don't know what would have happened. So,
holy shit. There was divine intervention.
Something, yeah. So that's been a great Boston dating experience.
Oh my God, that could be like a fucking this could be like a mini series of TV, like a TV mini series. Like
that was insane.
Moves to new city, dates person, break period, then talks and basically almost dates wife, but then you have to write like a fun ending, like a murder ending or something, like from a TV.
Yeah.
And I knew it was coming. I went anyway. And then I got
I thought it was gonna be a murder date. I was like, she gonna kill you, girl.
Yeah, I mean,
murder day. Well, no, it's like you show up to the house, right? It's like, or in the sitcom version, you show up to the house and you're like, okay, wow, like it's such a rough day. Then you like take off your coat, then you see like the family photo she forgot to take down.
Yeah.
Of like her and the dude and the kids,
and then you turn around and she's already like garnishing a knife, and you're like, this is over.
Or in the comedy version, like you get to her house and they're just like, we just wanted a threesome, and it's like bow, 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 and then that's how it ends.
That would have been so much more wholesome.
No, she would have been holding the knife. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna make like chop up some veggies for a salad. You want something? And then just kind of like wave it around.
Yeah. So scary. I'm so happy to know.
One of the weirdest things is like we think she created the Tinder like to meet me, because on it she lied about not having social media. Her bio was like curated to get my attention, like with stuff that my former partner / the ex-husband of this woman said, like, this isn't her, like this is stuff that I mentioned you liked. And then her profile didn't have, she has kind of a unique name, so her profile did not have her name, it just had like the first initial. So she was from the start like super trying to conceal her identity. And then I knew from him that she had an Instagram. So when we were texting, I was like, oh, like your profile said you didn't have social media, but like, I have a pretty prominent account. I would love to follow you if you have one. And she was like, I don't have one. So spooky.
So, okay. Also, wait, there was a little snippet in there that I just want to maybe peel back a little bit. How long were you living with your ex? After the breakup?
Like almost 2.5 months. It was bad. Like
After the breakup. Fuck, that is rough. That is rough.
Yeah, that's.
But like
Oh.
I moved here knowing no one. So and I started like looking for one bedrooms, especially like once he got kind of not great. And actually I ended up moving in with a girl that I met on Tinder.
Nice.
So she
was that before or after this whole fiasco?
This was before. So
Okay.
I moved into this place mid-November, and it's been great. So, and she and I we're bros. We're friends. We're not doing the romantic stuff. Not doing that again for a while.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, are you just kind of on pause for now?
I mean, I'm trying to meet people. Like I'm in a city that's really exciting. I'm an extrovert. Like I love connecting with people, and you know, my kind of goal is like foster connection and see where it goes. You know, I think right now it's like a particularly hard time to date because, like I mentioned with the dude earlier, like everybody is sad, and the kind of forced intimacy of a pandemic of like, cool, we've been chatting on the internet for a couple days. Do you want to come to my house? Because we can't go to the bar and we can't go out in public. And, you know, so it's a weird time to try to like build something.
Yeah.
Especially it's a hard time for extroverts too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a hard time.
Yeah. No, it's fucking God. It's like my happy place is thinking about the first post-pandemic party.
Yeah.
Or like get together of the people and like just like thinking about like, you know,
how horny
like,
everybody's gonna be at that party.
all that pumped up sexual energy.
It's gonna be the horniest party.
You guys, I can't wait to go to a discotheque.
Yeah.
We get it. You're in Europe.
Yeah.
God, fucking Jesus. Every time, every chance she gets, she's like, I'm in Europe. Like, look at me. I'm gallivanting around Europe. Like,
I go to discotheque.
Discotheque. No, that sounds really fucking great though.
Before this episode of getting stalked and catfished, and when I lived in Vermont, I had been catfished twice before that. And
Okay.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I think I'm
who?
cursed. So
Mhm.
the first one was like pretty.
What did you do to a catfish in a previous life that made you now get catfished all the time?
My family owns in Mississippi. My family owns a pretty famous catfish restaurant.
Okay, there we go.
That's that's so good. So good.
So you're cursed.
I was trying to think of like a Southern catfish joke, but honestly, your life made that
life
just did that for me.
And it's worse because I'm from a very tiny farming village in Mississippi from Taylor. Like I'm Taylor from Taylor, Mississippi. The restaurant is called Taylor Grocery. And it's
like, what's on the menu? Catfish.
It's catfish and a lot of like good Southern cooking. Highly recommend. This is just a restaurant.
Helen's about to finish. Watch out. She's getting. It's too much for her. It's too much. The catfish is too much for Helen. She's flicking the bean to the catfish. It's great.
Shake.
I'd never. Thank you, Austin. I'd never put that together. I'm cursed from the catfish.
Amazing. Oh my God. So yeah. So are these previous two stories as juicy as?
Well, one of them was just like a guy that had lied about his age. He was about 30 years older than what his profile.
30? 30?
Yeah, easily. And the best part of that is, so in Vermont, I would always go on first dates in like one of two bars because I was friends with the bartender, I was friends with the doorman. Like if something went wrong, I was like safe. So I immediately left that bar and went to the other bar where I got kidnapped by a bachelor party. Because I was
fuck? Oh, fun or no?
Fun?
No, it was fine. No,
okay,
yeah.
Yeah. When you said bachelor party, I was like, okay, I get it. Not real
red flag. It was fun until it wasn't, because so I was sitting at the bar
typically,
and a guy comes up and he does the usual like, you're too pretty to look so sad and to just you're by yourself. I rolled my eyes, but he was really handsome. He was tall. That's all a guy needs to be. He was tall. And then he's like, my bros and I are on a bachelor party.
Did he say bros? Because I also.
This speaks so poorly of me and of where and of where I was that night, because I was just like bombed, and it was like, this is Friday night. I don't care what happens. So he's like, let us buy you some drinks. Like, we don't know the town very well. Like, we're not from here. Like, why don't you like show us some good bars? And I was like, what I gotta lose? Like, I gotta make sure like I have hold of my drink all night. And then eventually I switched to ginger ale, and I was drinking ginger ale, and a guy just handed me his card, and he was like, go order around for everybody. And I ordered everybody ginger ale because I wanted them to like sober up a little bit. And then me and the guy that originally like brought me into this situation were like really like jiving. Like we never kissed, but we were like dancing together, and like there was a lot of like tension. And then at the end of the night, it's like almost 4 a.m. and like they're gonna walk to their hotel, and I was about to walk home, and the guy like has his arm around me, and he's like, come back to the hotel with us. And I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way. No.
There's no way.
And then that was a moment where like we should have kissed. Like, that should have happened. And then I was like, oh, like because everybody was like mostly sober. We'd been walking around and gotten street food. And I was like, I never asked, but like, whose bachelor party is this? And he goes, it's mine. I was like, oh. And he was like, I know. He's like, this happens on bachelor parties. And I was like, when are you getting married? He's like, tomorrow. I was like, you mean today? Like, today.
Yeah,
and
today. Jesus.
Oh my God.
And he was like, are you sure you don't want to go back to the room? And I was like, I'm good, my friend.
I didn't want to before, but now I really don't want to.
Like, I hope you have a very successful marriage forever.
Fucking goddamn it.
Yeah, it's really good foundations right there. Holy shit.
So that started as a catfish story and ended into
infidelity.
Yeah.
Attempted infidelity.
No. I would say infidelity. I would say that's like some emotional infidelity.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, there was clear like intent. Like if it would have happened, it would have happened.
Yeah. So always, the lesson is, if someone invites you to a bachelor or bachelorette party and you're a stranger,
ask.
First question: Who can I not make out with here? Who is getting married?
I just want to say, Helen, I would say, you're too pretty to be so sad, but that'd be a lie.
Was that an insult?
No, are you negging me?
Are you negging Helen? Because it's gonna work. It's gonna work with Helen.
It's gonna work.
It'll work.
It's work.
Are we flirting?
Are we gonna fuck?
Well, I mean, like, Helen, it wouldn't be the first time you fucked one of the hosts on this podcast, so like that's good.
All right.
For the listeners at home, Helen and I have had sex, so that's why. Okay,
that's good. This is good.
Yeah.
Did y'all enjoy it?
It was very good.
It was
we had
great.
very good
It was a
sex.
wonderful time.
We had very good sex.
They're not just saying that because they're like in the same room together.
No, we're not.
No, it was great. It was fun.
It's funny because we had Helen on as a guest before, and she told a story about how a guy made her squirt everywhere, and that person was me, and it was very funny to be on the podcast.
And I knew, and like I was just kind of like looking. I knew. Sorry.
The best part is because like Helen and Georgie are really good friends, or are the host of the podcast who Helen is filling in for. And so they're really good friends. So Georgie knew. John and I are like best friends. So John knew. So, but we weren't saying it. So it was like all coded, but it was like,
everyone knew, but no, I don't think nobody knew that like everyone knew.
Like I didn't know that Georgie knew. And it was fucking.
I didn't know that you knew, John. I thought after all these years you didn't know, and now you know. Fuck.
Yeah, then he had to wash his sheets.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
I mean,
that's not a big deal. Yeah. I have to wash the sheets after aggressive sex, even if they don't squirt everywhere, because it's gross.
We get it, John.
Same.
You can make everyone squirt. We get it. You have special talent.
Squirt King over here.
Yeah, Squirt King. I get it.
Squirt King.
John,
you know, like
John the Squirt King is going to be the title of the episode.
It's fucking. I feel like that's like a rundown water park somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, you're like the mascot.
Like, come, visit the like it's like the name of a slide, the Squirt King. Or
I
something.
can only think of the Scorpion King, so I'm imagining like The Rock, but like with a scorpion
with John's head,
who like squirts.
Who squirts
Like
really bad
like
CGI, a really bad CGI Scorpion King, but like he squirts.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like those like used car commercials, like come down to John the Squirt King's like Squirt Emporium. We got all the squirting slides here. You got,
Yeah.
you know?
We'll make you squirt.
We'll make you squirt.
at John's Squirt Emporium.
Yeah, it's like one of those like hot tub emporiums or something. You know, like it's like
Yes,
I
Helen?
have a question.
What's up?
I need to figure out a way to ask all the guys that make me squirt how they do it so I can advise other contestants.
Mm-hmm.
And contestants on Helen's show and Helen's
contestants.
Show.
No. So I could educate. Educate the men that I'm having sex with at the time to how to do it, because I feel like some people can make me do that and some people can't. And I'm able to do it at all times, and I want to know the secret trick. And
Are you trying to get free advice from Taylor? Like she's a professional. Like if you want some advice, you have to pay.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Do you
Are you a sex therapist? No, I think
I do a lot of sex therapy. Yeah.
What the fuck? That's amazing. Oh, I have to pay you though. Never mind.
You can binge.
I'm poor.
No, Helen, this is why we have people on the show, so we can get free advice always.
I mean, to answer your question, like, just ask. Like, that's as long as you have like a decent relationship with your previous squirt pals.
I like that even better. Squirt pals.
I think because it's like a boost to their ego, and then you're like learning more about your body, and so
that thing you do. How?
Yeah. You remember when you made me gush? How'd you?
That gush.
Okay.
Doing that thing you do.
More reactive to gush than squirt.
Yeah,
I need technique.
Yeah, no, gushing. I don't know. Gush. It's like on par with moist.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
like
unless you're with somebody for a decent amount of time and they made you squirt multiple times, I think they're also. I mean, I'm talking from my experience. I'm also just like figuring it out as I go along too. Like this isn't like I don't have like a squirting technique I use. It's just like because everybody's different, so it's like
a playbook. Like it's like you're like in bed, like looking through the book. Like okay,
flipping,
you're like set
flipping through my notepad.
It's like a fucking like IKEA nightstand.
I have like my Blue's Clues notepad, just like flipping through this way, like.
Here's the mail. It never fails. You're good.
Guys, listen. I looked it up. I looked it up on how to do it to myself, and I tried to do it, and I did not enjoy it, and it was like really uncomfortable for me. I don't like sticking my fingers in my vagina. My own fingers. It weirds me out.
Do you have do you have a dildo that you could?
I have a vibrator. I don't have a dildo. I should use a dildo.
I highly recommend get like a nice. I like, maybe I'm bougie, but like I like a good glass dildo. Like they're
really, but don't you need to like have isn't the G spot in there?
You can get a curve. Do you want me to show?
It's just curved. Yeah.
So you have a
yes. This is great. This is just for our patrons now. This is all visual stuff on our podcast.
What was it?
I'm okay.
She's
we've
good.
seen it before. We've seen it before.
It's
We've seen a dildo before, not seen your dildo before.
Hey, Helen, when did you see my dildo?
I have a vibrator and I like the vibrator and I use the vibrator during sex with partners and it's really fun for me. And it's the only way like now, but I feel like I have like some insecurity because now I feel like I'm reliant on a vibrator to orgasm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
like weird.
That's not abnormal.
No.
Yeah.
Like
it's not bad.
like the statistic.
You guys are like coaching me through this, like my own like weird sex stuff.
This is what I was exactly looking for. So on each episode, Helen's just going to ask our host to solve one of her problems, and this is the mini podcast within the podcast. This is Helen's. This is Helen's podcast.
It's a good
Helen's advice podcast. Please help me. I don't know what to do. Help me. I'm Helen.
Help me.
Help me, Senpai.
Taylor. Okay, what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something juicy.
Oh, I was just gonna throw out a statistic. Like, I think it's like it's a super small statistic of women that can come from like just penetrative sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, don't feel bad about.
Yeah.
Common is common, you know. Like,
Yeah.
orgasms are beautiful. So like, whatever way you can collect your orgasm, I'm like.
It's not about the journey; it's about the destination.
Okay.
Or it's also about the journey in this case too. Like you just gotta have a lot of.
Well, yeah, but it's like the
What if I can
the ends justify the means.
Yes.
Just want to point out, I just quoted Machiavelli in relation to Helen.
You did. You did do that. And when you
Yeah.
did that, Taylor had this face like, and then we just kind of glossed over it. She was like, I don't know, but she's like, I don't know if I'm going to say anything. She just kind of like let that slide.
Yeah, no.
She was like, I don't. Yeah, but again, for anybody who wants to see Taylor's really fun visual face reactions to whenever John or I say something really stupid, you can pay. You can pay $2 a month. It's great.
I'm very responsive. Like, I'm a
She's so
Very
beautiful.
good.
What?
She's so beautiful.
Oh, shucks. Stop it. I'm bad at, don't compliment me ever.
I'm really bad at compliments too, and I had a previous partner explain to me how to respond to compliments. Because I was always like, she would give me a compliment or somebody would, and I would like, then I would self-deprecate. I would like immediately like just do that. And she's like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? I was like, how do you do it? She goes, just look at them and say thank you, and then talk about something else. I was like, what?
Yeah.
She goes, I was like, wait, really? She's like, yeah, let me try. And then she gave me a compliment. I was like, thanks. And then I was like, oh my God, that worked. Like, that's it.
Wow.
You just say thanks and then you change topics.
No. I have to explain to you how it's actually not that big of a deal, and you're kind of wrong. But
exactly, yeah. Or like they say something nice about you, and then I say something I hate about myself in response. Like that's right.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do that too on Instagram. I post a hot picture, and then the next slide is an ugly picture.
Yeah.
You got to balance them out.
You gotta balance. Yeah.
you can't have people thinking that you think you're too.
No. But I have to let them. I also have to let them know that yes, I'm gorgeous, but sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
And these are two.
Helen, I have missed the thirst traps. Is it because you got a boyfriend? Is that why there's no more thirst traps on your Instagram stories?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, so if you go back like 2 weeks, I'm sure there's some.
They're all,
So just throw it out.
They're
all being sent to him. He gets a daily nude from me every day.
Oh.
You mentioned the first. You said you're catfished twice.
Oh yeah.
In Vermont. What was the second?
The second one's actually like much more wild.
The second catfish is wilder. Oh my God.
Yeah, because the first one is like people lie about their age. Like the fun part of that catfish story is like the bachelor party that happened because I didn't meet this dude. Yeah, it was dead of winter, so like everybody's like horny and like cuffing season has passed and I didn't get a catch, right? So I'm like speed dating, right? And I had matched with this like super, super handsome guy, and he was on paper, he was like a dream. And we talked for about a week, and I was super, super excited to meet him. And I walk into actually the bar that I met the bachelor party at. That's my bar. I walk in and I text him. I was like, because he had said that he was there. So I texted him. I was like, hey, I don't see you. Where are you? And there's this woman sitting at the bar who's like eagle-eyeing me. And then when I text him, I see her phone light up, and she looks down and looks at me and like gives this like wave. And I'm still at the top of the stairs. So I'm like, oh girl, like, I have a choice. I can find out what the fuck this is, or I can like, I can dip. But I like always like, I love a story. I'm like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Do it for the story. Do it for the story.
I like slowly, like I'm like giving her this look the whole time, and I'm like walking down the steps, and then I like kind of stand next to her and put my hand on my hip, and I'm like, "You're not Kenneth." And she's like, "I know." She was like, "I know." And she's also this like middle-aged, like 40s, 50s woman, like older, like.
Wow.
She's like, I know, I'm not what you expected. She was like, join me, let me buy you a drink. Like, you came out, you trudged through the snow, let me buy you one drink. And I was like, okay. So I sit down, get my gin and tonic, and I'm like, tell me what's up. And she's like, first, she was using photos of her nephew to catfish.
That should be a crime.
By the way, I hope by the end of the story you got her hot nephew's phone number.
No, he's engaged.
What the
He's
fuck?
engaged.
What the fuck?
Of course.
And didn't live in Vermont, like lived like on the West Coast. So like, no, me and Kenneth, my actual soulmate, not meant to be. Yeah, so she said that she had known her whole life that she was a lesbian, but had gotten married and pregnant to a man at a young age, and like they had been married for all these years, and she's miserable. Like, she's just really, really unhappy. And she was like, I need to date women. Like, I need to meet a good woman, but I don't know how. And I was like, this ain't the way. Like, I hear you, but like you are not gonna get another person who's gonna like sit here and be kind to you. Like, this ain't the way.
You somehow got the most perfect person to come and sit there with you.
Wow.
You got Taylor, the person who is this is her job almost. Like, wow. Yeah, you had an actual therapist to sit with you. Like, truly amazing.
Yeah.
Understandable to a degree, but it's like, what did you expect?
Yeah. And I was like, what did you think I was going to do? And she was like, well, your profile mentioned you were bi. And I was like, what? Like, that's your, like, you thought like, oh, this is fine. This person's been lying to me for a week, but.
It's like, it would be like even better if she just put photos of her niece instead of nephew, like, for some reason, like she would just be like, she's not only lying about her age, but she's lying about, how she done it. Like, that's really like, they could have been really bad for her.
I know. Yeah.
It's really scary.
No, we hung out for a few hours, and I was like, promise me you won't do this anymore. Like, I will never see you again, but like, don't do this to yourself and don't do this to other people. And I mean, the account was deleted. Like, I never, and I would run into her so I was in Burlington, Vermont, super small. Like, we would run into each other at the co-op, and she would just like blank face, like not acknowledge me. And she was always with this like dumpy looking man. So I don't think she didn't. Yeah, I don't think she did, but maybe they chatted.
That breaks my heart.
No, yeah. But I think about her a lot, and I hope that she figures it out. But people spend their whole lives getting really comfortable with being afraid of some piece of themselves, and then the fear
or afraid of change. They're in something that's comfortable and they don't want to have to do all that work again. Yeah.
Or like her family, she comes from a super rural Vermont family. Like, her mom was still alive. Like, she was saying like, I think I'll come out when my mom dies.
Yeah. Wow. That's really,
oh my God.
Really hoping for like a Desert Hearts situation. You guys ever seen Desert Hearts?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like, it's not like a mainstream flick, and like the main character like divorces her husband, and then she falls in love with like the cute ranch hand girl there. Like, basically like go off into the desert, or stay at a commune.
Let's talk about crazy or weird sexual experiences. Like specific, if you feel comfortable talking about those.
No, I definitely feel. Okay. It's just like oh my God, I've had such a gambit. Oh.
I like how your voice dropped in volume too.
Yeah, you're like whispering to us.
Okay, so I got a secret for you guys.
So right after high school, I bought a one-way ticket to Greece and just like stayed there for 2 years. And I dated a Greek guy for almost the whole time I was there, but he was obsessed with, he didn't speak the best English, but like we made it work. But he was obsessed with the show Dexter.
So no. Nope. No, what? Please, how is this gonna go? How is this? Wait, John, should we just do the Patreon break now? Should we just edge our listeners? Should we just stop right there?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, fuck our listeners. We're gonna stop it right now. If you want to keep listening, just listen to the Patreon break. Hey, everybody. Hey, I know we haven't done, thanks for sticking around. I know like this is our, one of the first few episodes back. And one of the things that like kept us going and like kept the podcast around was that like people supported us even when we had our hiatus. And now that we're back, we need your support more than ever. And for as little as $2 a month, you can go on you can visit our website, slideintomypodcast.com, and you can find a link to our Patreon. And for that, you get a shout out on the, you get your name shouted out or whatever you want us to call you. It can just be Daddy. I can call you Daddy if you want. Like I'll call you like Sir. Like we'll say anything you want. We'll give you a shout out in the podcast every episode. And then there are also for the more money you give us, there's different tiers of support, and you get either virtual or physical things, and they're very, very cool and very, very fun. And that money goes towards equipment, it goes towards hosting fees, it goes towards paying for domain names, it goes for like for example, Helen right now is our interim guest host. Like she doesn't have a microphone. Like we eventually need to get her a microphone so we can up the sound quality again, because we all had microphones before, but now we're kind of in this little limbo. So it really helps. For
as little as $2 a month, you too can give a podcast host a microphone.
Please,
So yeah,
I really want a microphone for Christmas, Santa. Please.
Bye.
but just go to slideintomypodcast.com for more information about this, because we should make this
along with all those cheers, right? You will wake up every day just a little more
hard,
self-assured, and
you wake up every day a little more hard, a little more swollen. Your clit will be a little more swollen if you do this.
Get that
if it persists for longer than 6 hours, go see a medical professional. But that you're supporting small artistic endeavors. You're supporting the arts. Our Patreon supporters are a good person, because
I would like everybody to know that John thinks that this podcast is art, and so it is.
It's something. It's definitely not a job.
It's definitely not a job. And with that, let's get back to the episode. So Taylor, you have left us. You have edged us to the side of this cliff, and we are hanging off. So if you would please let us know. Dexter, he was really into this Greek man was into Dexter.
This beautiful Greek man was like really into Dexter, and that was like he would say really romantic things. Like we'd be walking along the pier by the ocean, and he would say, "Nobody would know if I killed you right now." Real romantic.
And the best part is that like you said, there's also like a semi-language barrier too. So he would like just know these. So you would,
or he would say them in like partial English, partial Greek.
That's
because
good.
luckily I could speak a little bit of Greek. But then one time, so for his birthday, I was gonna I was
the plastic wrap down.
No! It gets so bad. So for his birthday, I was helping his sister and a bunch of his friends throw a surprise party for him. But beforehand, I had made myself a costume where I was like wrapped in the saran wrap, except for my vagina. And so it was like a crotchless like saran wrap costume. Okay.
Was there blood on the inside of it too, or no? Was that too much?
No, I mean, it wouldn't have been too much for me, but like, I needed to be able to like clean up really quickly after. So I'm laying in his bed in this crotchless saran wrap, and I like texted him. I was like, oh, I need help picking out an outfit. Will you come help me?
Are your arms like saran wrapped to the sides or no? So you're okay. I'm picturing you laying on the bed with your arms kind of like tied to your side, weirdly texting. Yeah. Got it.
The way that this happened was my my roommate in Greece saran wrapped me.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Best roommate award ever. Like amazing roommate.
Put me in like a coat, like I was in like a trench coat, and then I snuck into his room. So I traveled like this.
Amazing.
I know. Okay, so I texted him and I was like, I need help picking out an outfit. Like, come. And I hear someone coming up the steps, and I'm like spread, like ready. And it's his sister.
Ah!
Was it hot sex? Did you have really good sex with his sister?
Yeah, she's so good, girl. She was like, oh, and thankfully, like she had pretty good English. She was just like, I'm so sorry, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, can you send name of guy up here? And she was like, yeah, he said since it was a fashion thing, I should help. I was like, it's not a fashion thing. Just like panicking. And then she was like, okay. And then she goes, and then I hear him yell, and then I hear him run upstairs, and he opens the door and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I thought this would be sexy.
Surprise, Dexter.
I was like, you like Dexter? This is it. And then we did have sex. So,
was it good? Was it fun?
It was really good. Yeah.
God, but that must have been really fun having a good like a serious semi-conversation with you wrapped in saran wrap the whole time. It's very fun.
Like unable to like move your arms.
And like the way I kind of could close my legs so she couldn't, but she just opened the door and like made direct eye contact with like the inside of me. Like
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For certain.
All right, so hard pivot. Who wants to? John, you asked this question. This is your question.
I do, yeah. So, Taylor, what's your definition of love?
It's that feeling of like, I could kill you and no one would know, but I choose you. I choose you every day. Like,
I choose not to kill you.
I choose not to kill you.
You live to see another day.
That's my gift to you. Yeah. So I think it's this like profound commitment and consistency and choice of like, I see you so fully for the best parts of you and the worst parts of you, and I choose you over and over again. I'm definitely, despite being a therapist, like I've always viewed love as like almost like formula of like a transaction of like, we spend time together, we do things with each other, like we make each other happy. But I had never really understood like what being in love meant. So, and it's tough, but it can be beautiful.
I always love hearing like what people decide to like choose when we ask that question, because it's like a very open-ended question, and a lot of like it says a lot about, which is interesting because you learn more about the person by how they answer that question. So that's always interesting, because we've had so many different types of people on the podcast, and some that don't even have a lot of experience with being in love talk about like friendship love or platonic love. Some people always talk about both and as being the same thing. Some people, it's just so much fun. I don't know. Yeah. So much great. It's one of my favorite questions we ask.
Thank you so much, Taylor, for your beautiful answer. It's so heartfelt.
Thanks.
All right, final. Is there anything that anybody wanted to ask quickly or you wanted to say before we ask our final question? I know Helen has a time limit. Yeah.
I have a question for John.
Yes.
Does this count as our second date?
What Austin, Helen, what do you think?
No.
No.
Way to defer.
No, I because I want to say,
I would say it could have been, but I don't think John got enough airtime for it to be a second date.
Right.
No.
I would say no. I feel like that's cheap.
Although you did learn a lot about her on this date. So actually, you know what? No, fuck it. Yeah, this is a second date. This second date, you learn a lot about Taylor. This good. This very good. This second date.
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't. Because it just feels cheap to me. Like it's not like a date. It's like it's a fun activity. Maybe it is a date, but
It's a date.
still it's a gray
No,
area.
it's
This
not a
date.
date. Not
This
a fucking
date.
date.
This
You
date.
take
Okay,
her
so
on
wait,
a
hold on.
real actual date, John. But yeah, I know you can do that. I'm sure. Yeah, Dave John's fucking great.
Helen. I love it. Very good. Very, very good.
So Helen, what's the last question?
I need eye contact. I need honesty. Don't let me down.
Okay.
Have I told you how beautiful you
Oh
are?
my God, you can't do that. Stop trying to sway. Stop trying to sway.
Fucking A.
She does this
Jesus
every
fuck.
time. She does this every time. She's such a little stinker.
Way to
Just a
get me
little
there.
stinker. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know. It's just pretty amazing that you have.
Okay, ask the
beautiful-
fucking question.
You're
Helen.
the one on the
Ask
time limit.
Fucking
Fuck.
question.
All right. Fuck, marry, kill. Me, John, or Austin.
Yeah, it's.
Do you guys do this to every guest? Should
Yes,
Yes.
we do. It's very funny for us, and we don't take it personally. Is what we say, is what we say on this. But now that there's more context, it's even funnier. And
I
please
want
answer.
to
honestly.
throw up. Oh my God, this is stress. This is the most stress I've encountered in like a week. So thank you.
You look really beautiful when you're under stress.
Well, I'm obviously gonna marry Helen.
See, she did it again. She did it again.
She fucking did it. Jesus
She
fuck.
talked her way into it. I love it. Helen, using your strengths.
I really played myself by asking the is this a second date question.
You really did, yeah.
I thought I was gonna be funny, but obviously I would John and kill Austin.
Yeah, this is how I want to know.
Yeah, this is good.
I hate this.
Wait, why am I hiding it? You killed him because you already fucked him.
Yeah, you killed him because she killed me because because it was
In the
Splash
other
Mountain up in my bedroom.
Splash Mountain, and there's like they take the photo.
Cool.
You can buy like the photo package afterwards. Like,
All right. With that, thanks for coming, Taylor. Thanks for coming to our podcast. This is me crying not from laughing because I'm dead. Taylor, it was amazing having you on. Thanks to everybody for listening. If you can't donate, if you can't give us money, that's fine. But the best thing you can do, what is that, John? What's the best thing people can do?
tell your friends and family, especially your family.
Tell your friends and family about it, and leave us a review on iTunes. Give us a nice little rating on there. That really helps.
Oh, call your motherly figure.
And if you don't have a motherly figure, call your fatherly figure. And if you don't have
And if you don't have a motherly figure, call Helen. Call Helen. She'll talk.
please.
And if you don't have a fatherly figure, call me. I'll be your dad. Great.
Hey, it's me, your dad now.